What's up, noob elves and noob orcs and noob deads and noob humans? This is an audio commentary from Phreak for WCRplays.com. Get this to the 15-second mark at the 1x speed with the fog of war on from my point of view. This is going to be an audio on massing Wyvern, essentially, massing air in general, against Night Elf. Because, really, their 4-unit mix is really very hard to beat, with DH and Naga harassment, picking off grunts, and the various other things they do, you know, getting from hunts to archers to dryads, dots and all that. It can be really hard to beat it with a land-based army, specifically with the uber DH tanking and the high damage output of archers, dryads, and dots. This is a bit of a way to actually kind of circumvent that by using mobility and harassing, and anytime he leaves his base, he'll sort of lose stuff. So there's a little bit of a insight on this matchup and being Gosu and such. So from 50-second mark at 1x speed, let's unpause in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, unpause. So you can see, I'm actually sort of reinventing my base build. This is something I haven't seen other people do, but I'm actually making my base build so that I actually have my burrow covered by my altar and barracks. And consequently, there's also this burrow also covers my gold mine, and it will cover the wood peons. One of the main things you want to do is you want to have your burrows be able to cover each other so that a melee hero can't just take out one of them. He's going to be in range of 2. That way you can have one group repairing and one group attacking, so there's never any sort of downtime of what's repairing, what's attacking, all this random crap. You could just, you know, start repairing with one, because that way, if, you know, let's say there's a burrow over at my gold mine, like, let's say it's right on top of my gold mine. He's hitting that one, right? My burrow over to the right is with 4 peons in it, and it's hitting that DH. Then I've got 4 peons repairing that burrow, it's going to get hit by the DH. Let's say the DH says, okay, I'm going to start hitting peons, starts whacking your peons. You can take one, as soon as it gets to red health, just put it in your burrow, and it's fine. You know, it won't lose the, you know, it won't die, and, you know, your burrow's not full, so it can easily get in. That's just something to try to do. Now you can see right here, I'm protecting this burrow with my Voodoo Lounge and my Altar of Storms. What this actually does is that it makes the DH, actually this was kind of an accident, but it's pretty nice that it happens. It makes the DH have to actually go around if he wants to hit my repairing peons. So I can sit 3 in the burrow and have 3 repair, as the DH is right there, right above the shop, hitting the burrow. If he realizes that he can't kill my burrow, and he comes around to hit the peons, I can simply put them in the burrow, stand down the ones that are in the burrow, they'll come down on the bottom side, and now it's reversed, and he's, you know, stuck on the other side. And as you're going to see, this burrow's going to be able to hit anything inside my gold mine, so it's well protected. Otherwise, if you don't do a tech build, you have this same thing but with a Rax in place of the Voodoo Lounge. Works really well, keeps your stuff alive in general and whatnot, so overall just good. Anyway, I'm getting the Blademaster, and I get, you know, HCS, Healing Salve, Clarity, Speed Scroll, and I'm going to go do the whole, Fast Creep for a +6 item. I think about 117, they actually changed it. It's not a +6 item, it's now like a Mana Stone or a Health Stone or Healing Awards. And, just a quick note, if you're doing this kind of Blademaster thing, Windwalk as soon as possible so that you start getting mana regen. As you can see, right now, Windwalk was half done, I guess you could say. It was half timed out, which, you know, means that I got 10 seconds of mana regen, which is always nice. As you can see, I also pick up the circlet so that I can have enough hit points, damage, and armor to own. Now, unfortunately, I lost a peon there because I'm a noob, pure and simple. I kind of blew it and lost a peon. Now, unfortunately, because of the Windwalk change, my Blademaster does not kill the guys quite as quickly. And somehow I managed to make it so that if I use 3 Windwalks, I sometimes get blocked. So I'm just trying not to get blocked and trying to just do good things in general. Anyway, you can see that he's coming after my peons, and I'm like, I'm not having that, you know. Let's get in the burrow. You can see that I have, you know, the red peon in the burrow, and realizing that, you know what, I can just force his DH away with just my burrow. I'm not gonna bother using my my Blademaster to push him away. I'm just gonna let my burrow take care of it. I'll be fine. And meanwhile, I'm screwing up his tech, killing a Moonwell, and I believe I killed that one. So, overall doing pretty well. And now I'm just letting my Blademaster auto-attack his Wisps, you know, screw up his wood mining, his gold mining, and whatnot, maybe get a few Wisp kills if I can. And now I'm realizing that I need the burrow, but before I get to tier 2 so I can get my hero, I need a war mill just in general to help speed up my wood processing, because it will be sort of tight otherwise. So I'm just doing what I can, trying to, you know, be ownage. So you can see so far I haven't killed a single Wisp. Now I have, but, you know, other than that, you know, I hadn't hardly killed anything. As you can see, his build is a bit of a tech than Huntress build, which is pretty cool. So that he actually techs and gets hunts pretty quickly. It's a pretty strong build. Unfortunately, I'm like seeing as it's DH around trying to own me. And I'm like, hey, I'm not having that. I'm just going to go kill some more wisps. So you can see I've killed 2 so far, which is pretty good because he's still mid-tech. But if I can force another detonate, that'd be even better. So I'm going to try to knock out this wisp here. He puts it, you know, these wisps are constantly at 4 hit points every time I'm like done attacking them, which is really too bad, but, you know, that's just what's happening. But, oh, as you can see, look at the damage of the Blademaster. It's 4 to 26 plus agility, which is huge. So that's really, really big. That's so his average damage is agility plus 15, which is gigantic. Like, the guy has insane damage. Look at the DH in comparison. You know, 24 to 46 versus 28 to 50. Like, it's huge. Also, you can just see that with that circlet right there, I have more hit points and armor on attack speed than him, so I can really just own. However, seeing that I was more injured than him, I'm just going to get the Staff of Teleportation, get the heck out. One of the really nice things about harassment is that you can just get the Staff of Teleportation and get out if they don't have anything like a keeper that can actually pin you down. So that's usually pretty cool. Anyway, you can see I'm using Sal's Clarity, it's just healing myself up. Doing well in general, just keeping my Blademaster alive as I get up to tier 2 and get my Firelord, which is what I'm going to do now. Now right here I'm going to build another burrow, realizing that I'm going to need more food for more Wyvern. I'll do that pretty soon, I think. Should be about right here. I'm also going to pick up my Firelord. I'm going to get Soulburn instead of Lava Spawn, because in general, whether you're massing air or not, Nettles will always get Dryades and Archers. And Dryades and Archers just own the heck out of Lava Spawns. Either with a ball, or just focus fire. You know, piercing damage does not own Archers, and they have heavy armor, so Archers actually own them. Now right here I'm trying to give the illusion of a TP, just using the Staff Teleportation, just to make him think I'm a noob, just because I can. And I use the Firelight, you see I instantly slow burn instead he can't mana burn me. Of course that wears off when he does mana burn, but I'm still in pretty good shape. However, I know I'm going to force his DH away, just because I've got, you know, 2 heroes versus 1, plus the circlet and all that, so I know I can just easily say, go away, you're a noob, and he complies and goes away. He turns around, so I'm just going to hit him again with my Blademaster. Don't really care, just going to deal some damage. He mana burns me, I don't care. Because really, it takes 2 Moon Juice to regenerate 1 mana potion, or 1 mana point, and it takes 1 Moon Juice to heal 2 hit points. So if he wastes his mana, I'm fine. My Blademaster doesn't need mana, so yes, I've got Windwalk, wow, it costs 75, but his main goal is just doing physical damage, so I really don't care that he's doing that at all. And that's just fine with me. Go ahead and waste your Moonwells. I do not care. Now, as you're going to see, he's going to use his Moonwells, and watch as his hit points aren't filled up, meaning there was mana, and his Moonwells are gone. So, you know, now his DH is in kind of bad shape. Now, I see he's got a Dryad out, and I'm like, well, darn it, never mind. And you can see his unit choice was Dryads and Archers, seeing that I was getting the Bestiaries. And also seeing the Blademaster in general, knew that I was probably teching also. So, adeptly on his part, either what you do see or what you don't see. You know, he didn't see any grunts, and he saw Blademaster, he figured I'd be going air. And then he saw the Wyvern, and was like, okay, he's really going air. Now, I'm setting my Wyvern out now that I've got 3 to start harassing his wisps. One of the main things to sort of think about is that harassing with 1 Wyvern won't do anything for you. It'll just make him aware of the fact that you've got air. If you go with 3, it's enough to actually start knocking out wisps, which maybe will just delay tech to something like Dryads or Dots or whatever. You know, you never know if that's actually going to be the key little point right there. Now here I see his DH is at way low hit points. You notice that it's daylight and his Moonwells are gone, so he can't even heal himself up. So I'm just going right for the DH. As you can see, he burns a TP, and now he's got unfortunately he's got an AP up, so I'm like, I can't touch that. So I'm going to run away, and that's what I do. Now unfortunately his DH is way in the back of his base, as well as the fact that he had that new Moonwell healing himself up a little bit, so I'm just going to be out for now. I'm like, whatever, I can't touch that. And seeing that I have a really hurt Wyvern, I'm going to send that one home to be healed up. Meanwhile, I see that he's got these wisps, you know, hidden over there, trying to be cool. You can see I killed one. I'm trying to focus fire on another one. I've knocked out as much as I can. Unfortunately, I don't think I get a kill right there, but I still kill one, and you know, I lower some more wood of his. That's one of the things you have to do as Night Elf, is that when you are getting harassed by a Blademaster, you want to do whatever you can to hide your wisp. You also want to hide your wisp nearby so you can actually use them when you need them. For instance, if you need Ancient of Wind or Ancient of Lore, having them nearby is extremely helpful. Now right here I see he has not really a lot of good damage. He's got a lot of unarmored units, which means they're just meat to the Wyvern. You can see there's this Windrunner going away. I quickly select him and say, go over there and hold position. And I go over away from this battle so they don't get owned. And now I notice my Blademaster is taking damage, but I really don't care because he's focusing with piercers. And I know that I have a mana potion, Windwalk if need be, a TP if I really have to, though I probably won't need it at all. Unfortunately, I'm getting blocked a little bit, but I'm still going after the archers, doing whatever damage I can, waiting for a little bit of mana so I can soul burn one of the archers, which I'm going to do right here. I'm going to soul burn him and be like, yo, you're a noob. And so as soon as it takes a little bit more damage, I'm going to leave it alone and let it die. It's like right here, I'm like, okay, it'll die, and I turn around. I thought it was at 3 HP. I saw it was at 3 HP, so I issued the order to turn around, and then when the lag allowed, I actually turned around and left the archer to die. And it did, so etc. So anyway, I didn't actually see at that point that he picked up a Naga. I was already running away, marking my other units around and whatnot. But, I'm sending my Wyvern around to try to group up in one big group and get, Burning Oil, or not Burning Oil, Liquid Fire. I had actually attacked Tier 3 earlier. As you can see, it's already about 3/4 done. Realizing that I actually wanted to have Liquid Fire, that I'd probably be facing up against a bunch of towers and whatnot, and I wanted to make sure that I would be able to knock them out. Now, right here, you see I turn this Wyvern around because I saw that Wisp sticking out there, and then I realized, oh, he's got a Wisp? Okay, let's turn around and kill it. So I turned them around, went and killed it, and now I'm regrouping my Wyvern again. You can see I stop up the one Ancient Wind Rider, and I'm going to group up with, 5 Wind Riders. Going to try to knock out this Gnome Brute. Now I see that my Firelord is close to level 2. My Blademaster is not close to 3, so I'm going to send my Firelord over there to start leeching the EXP from the creeps. Now I see his army coming in, so I'm like, crap, time to windwalk. So, unfortunately, my Blademaster leeched 10 EXP off of that camp, which is bad, but now it's one of the beautiful things right now about staff teleportation. He doesn't take any hit points of damage. I can send my Wind Riders around the other side because they're flying, and I can use staff teleportation, the one hero, to just save it. That's one of the things you have to sort of realize when you've got something like a Blademaster, something that can sort of save himself easily, that you want to have the other save me items on your other heroes, because if I didn't have that staff from the Firelord, he probably would have chased it down. But since he saw that I was using that staff right there, he's like, well, I don't have any stuns, so, whatever, he'll just be home, and I can't do anything about it. So, always good to have those kind of items on your heroes. Now, I'm really trying to get myself to level 2 on that Firelord. I really want him to be able to have Incinerate, because it's such a good anti-archer. It just owns really hard, because really Archer's going to be my main enemy right there, because they deal a lot of damage. They don't really die that fast to the Wind Riders, and if his DH Naga focuses my Blademaster, he can die pretty quickly too. The Naga has one of the highest damage per second of all the heroes in the game. He's below the DH and the Blademaster, but that's about all. It's more than the Warden, it's more than every other intel hero. So, it's a very good damage hero, actual physical damage hero. And with Frost Arrows owning even more, it's really just a very superb hero. So I get the Evasion Amulet, which is pretty cool. It'll help my Blademaster tank a little bit better, considering I don't have any other melee just yet. I pretty much want to make sure that I have durable melee hero, because he's going to be taking pretty much the brunt of the damage. He's going to be taking the DH, keeping me away from my Firelord, and really just, if the DH doesn't have an orb, he's going to be hitting one of my 2 ground heroes. Now right here I group all my heroes together in group 3, so that when the thing finishes I can press E and just have them all return gold and group together. So as you can see, 3 and E, and they all go in, and now I'm getting my money. My money's worth for my Town Hall. So right now my mindset is, well, I've got Liquid Fire, and I've got a Bat Rider or 2, and I've got quite a few Wyvern. Let's go kill stuff. I see this Dryad sticking out here, a bunch of archers. I'm like, ew, let's get away from that. I don't want to take any damage. I don't have to, because 400 hit points of light armor will pretty much die to an archer in about 1 or 2 volleys to his group of archers, especially with that Naga Sea Witch with the Frost Arrows. I would have lost some units there, so I turned around as quickly as possible, and now I'm coming in to do some sort of army harassment. I saw that he's going towards the bottom, so I thought maybe he's creeping. There's a Goblin Merchant on the right-hand side, so maybe I should go check that out. Meanwhile, I'm going to be splitting up my Bat Riders to hit each of his AP so that I don't lose any units. As you can see, I'm going to be going for that right now. Doing as much damage as I can. Quickly take this Bat Rider over, start focusing the other tower. Now, even though it attacks very slowly with that whole light armor ordeal, the guy dies really, really fast. So I'm going to try to get him away from that tower as quickly as possible. I do that, and the AP is still liquid fired, so I'm in pretty good shape. Now, I've got this whole archer trying to die here. Unfortunately, I don't quite kill it, which is too bad, but whatever. Now, I'm going after his main building now. Now I see he's TPing, so I'm running away as quickly as possible. They were group 2. My heroes my heroes are group 1, just as random information. And I'm just trying to slow down his creeping, get an advantage from my expo, because I'm constantly checking for an expansion. Like you're going to see right now that I'm going to be checking the one up top with my air. See, he doesn't have one. I'm going to check down the bottom right with my hero, so he doesn't have one there either. And just throughout the game, I'm going to be checking to see if he's expanded or not. Because if he doesn't expand, I'm eventually going to pull a counter to what he's building. And I'm going to wait a little bit longer to see exactly what he's building. I'm going to go up to 80 food of air, just because I know it's still working for me. I can still win a fight if he comes after me, because he doesn't seem to have a lot of units yet. And with attack upgrades, I know I could beat him in a fight. So for now, I'm getting my third attack upgrade, getting up enough bats and whatnot to really be able to knock out his buildings. I see his Dryad's running over to the right-hand side, so I'm kind of wondering what he's going to be creeping. Probably the lab. But I also know that that's over where his key expansion is going to be, so I'm still a little afraid of that, but, whatever. I teleport my Blademaster home, save up my units. Now, one of the best ways to look Gosu, I think, and one of the things that sort of amazed me when I watch some of the really good players in replays, is just how, fluid their strats are. They manage to use the units just right, so they're never sitting around. Right there was an example of fluidity, where I have all my units coming home, as my Blademaster goes to the shop, picks up a Staff of Teleportation, teleports home, picks up a healing salve, heals my Batriders, and then immediately go and attack his base. So this whole fluidity of doing so many things at once. As you can see right here, I'm using my heroes to creep while I'm harassing his base, knowing that I don't need to micro my creeping heroes. I can just do a bunch of damage there. And you see that he's got quite a bit of an army. A little afraid of that, but not a big deal. Just knocking out this wisp right here, kill that, pick up some nice items, and just sort of coming in and out with harassment. Just doing what I can. 1 second, I'll be right back. Okay, so what I'm trying to do right here is really just to kill a gold mine. I know I'm going to lose some units, that's kind of unfortunate, but I want to just get rid of this gold mine, because it'd be really cool if I can just, knock out his gold income some more. And unfortunately, the losses I take for that are huge. I got 4 or 5 Wind Riders killed, my bats as well, and really his gold mine's going to run out eventually anyway. I mean, they're both under 3,000, mine and his. The point of really killing the gold mine, not a big deal overall, so bad choice for me, because he got a bunch of EXP for it and whatnot, and just overall bad. Now you can see I got War Drum's damage increase. And although I never used it throughout the game, it's really seeing that I was pretty much at 80 food, and I was gonna have it a 12-unit cap pretty much. I was gonna have a 12-unit group too. I was like, well, let's just keep my bestiaries busy. Let's get the damage increase just in case I need it later on. You never know. But you can see I'm still split hero creeping. I'm trying to knock out the Zerks because they do a lot of piercing damage. And yes, piercing damage is halved against heroes, so it's really more like 14 to 18. It's more damage than the warriors do, so why not? They're about equal durability, yes, but just because I think they attack more quickly, probably let's just get rid of him as fast as possible. So you can see I salve up the Blademaster because he's not tanking. You want to save as much time as possible, salve up what you can when you can. Sell my Firelord, sell the Ankh because the gold it's free gold. It's not really worth it to have the item. 400 gold's a lot. 400 gold is really good to have in general. Anyway, right now I'm seeing that I don't have a lot of money, or a lot of wood really, so you can see that I'm building a lot of extra peons. And I'm going to be going up to 80 food just with the workers right there. And so I'm sort of anxious to fight him. I'm like, I'll probably have to. And I'm like, wait, all he has is Dryads. Okay, let's go kill him then. So you can see I'm going to windwalk my Blademaster, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I windwalk him so he can get up there and start hitting stuff. I'm going to focus fire as best I can with my units right now. I'm going to focus fire the Dryads in turn. And I'm just going to say, okay, you know what? Fine, the Naga Sea Witch is just going to die. Because she has that movement speed nerf, which I realize right about now, oh yeah, she only moves at average. I can kill her really easily, and just do that right there. I'd really just sort of realized that the Dryads were getting away from me. I was not going to be able to kill them without using my Blademaster only. I was like, whatever, I can just kill them with, I can just kill the Naga, whatever. Now right about here, I'm going to group my bats into 3 and my wyvern into 2, because now I have, too many units to just have one group. So I still have my heroes in group 1. You can see I'm 3 and 3, which is pretty cool. I'm going to try to get to 4 and 4 as best I can. And I'm going to use my Wind Riders and Bats to just decimate his APs and his army and whatnot. And now, as you can see, I'm also building Tauren Toad, which realizing that all he's making still is Archers and Dryads, and those just die to Tauren. So I know I'm okay if I go for that. So I've got group 3 is Bats, group 2 is Wind Riders. I'm using right-click spam. After I kill something, right-click spam to get away. You know, 2 right click, 3 right click, 2 right click, 3 right click, just spamming as much as I can. Again, you can see I check for Zexpo, see there's nothing there. So, you know, running around to other sort of medium creep camps that I can take out with, you know, level 3 heroes. Focus down to Moonwell so that he can't build as many units. You know, just focusing whatever you can. Right now, I'm just trying not to be too aggressive because I realize that I've got an army and he's stuck. I can creep and he can't. So I'm, you know, just looking around, seeing what I can kill. Not seeing a lot, but, you know, just looking around, seeing what he's got, what he's trying to do. I can see his archers are running away from his base right now, but then they come back, so I'm like, well, darn. You know, he's got this huge archer army right now, which I probably can't take too easily with Wind Riders. I probably could, but it'd be a little more difficult than I'd like. So that's exactly why I'm getting all these Tauren, because, like, I already proved that Dryads aren't going to cut it. And so he's like, well, my only choice left is archers and Hippogriffs. As you're going to see, Hippogriffs aren't going to cut it either. Pretty soon you're going to see that. So here we go, he has 2 Hippogriffs. So it's Bat Rider time. Die. Die. Come on, there you go. Blow one up, blow the other one up, and I just gained some more EXP. So you can see I'm 4 and 4. Close to haste on the Firelord. And just constantly, although I lost 2 bats, I've still got that last one. So I'm just going to knock out another Moonwell. You know, one of the nice things for me about his base is that it's really cramped, so that if he's trying to get around his base, it's more difficult for him. He can't really bring all his units up to bear. And so, you know, he can't own me too easily. Anyway, I'm building more bats. You can see my base. I'm trying to rally them up with the rest of my army so I can knock out buildings a little more quickly because siege damage is really useful. I believe piercing only does about 1/3 to buildings, and siege, of course, does 1.5 times. So, you know, I'm doing like 24 to 36, which is more than my Wind Riders will do. So bats do more damage than Wind Riders versus buildings. They also attack faster. So, damage per second, way higher. Anyway, now I'm realizing that, okay, I need to go defend my base. Because I don't have fortified burrows, which is bad. So, let's just focus on this DH, because I'm just trying to save some time for my Wind Riders to get here. And here we go. Right now, I'm just attack moving. I have no idea what I'm doing. I'm just focusing his heroes down and attack moving. I'm slow burning his Naga Sea Witch and then hitting it with my Blademaster. Don't care, really, just letting my Wind Riders attack move and just cut through his army. I'm just not microing, just plain and simple. You can see, you know, Windwalk Strike on the DH, just killing stuff, killing stuff, killing stuff. He has a TP, unfortunately, but whatever. You can see my Wind Riders are kind of dying, but as I said before, I really don't care that much. You can see my Windwalk Blademaster going to come in and going to go after the DH, but I couldn't, so I'm just going to knock out these archers instead. You can see that Windwalk Strike just like owned it, just pretty much got mauled. This is kind of weird. Now my Blademaster is doing 2 to 24 damage. He had more damage before. That's really odd. Like he had more damage earlier than now. Okay, weird. Whatever. Anyway, I'm just sort of chilling out, healing up real quick. Now that I've got my Bat Riders again, I can go after buildings again. And now my Tauren totems are getting up, so I can start building those. You see I'm building Tauren. And then you see that I'm at 76 food, and I'm like, well, I want to get one more Tauren. I don't want him to be stuck with just 2, because that's not much of an investment. So let's go send a peon off to his doom, down to a creep camp that I don't have to wake up manually. And that's going to be that Goblin Lab with the Golem over there. That'll just sort of start owning my peon. As soon as I get down to 75 food, I'll make another Tauren. So just chilling out for now. I'm coming after him again, because I realized that I killed his army. I killed his Naga. Forced his DH to TP out. So I could probably kill some more buildings and units and whatnot, so that's what I'm doing. So I go for the altar first, realizing that I don't want his Naga to be back. Even though it's good experience, I just want to kill it, get it out, kill his altar, get it out of the way. I don't want to have any chance of losing my heroes. Now, unfortunately, I'm in kind of a bad spot in that his Ancient of Wind is hitting me. But I'm like, whatever, I can hit you with my heroes a little bit. But I'm seeing that I'm getting stuck in his base. He just used another Moonwell. He's still at full health, so I'm like, I'll back up for now. But now seeing that he just got completely pulled out of his base, I'm gonna come after it again. Sort of just playing this little micro war kind of thing, of in and out. He's got a protective base. I want to fight him outside of my base because I have an army. You know, just coming in and out. Then I see his DH coming out again, so I'm gonna try to knock him out. Then I realize he really doesn't have any Moonwells left. Let's just focus fire. So I speed scroll and just come after him. So you know what? This guy needs to die. Just die. Just die. Just die. There you go. Good job. So I kill him, get Incinerate, get Critical Strike. Both of them hotkey is C. This is a good game. This is over. GG. Way to go, me. And he leaves. So I win that game with Mass Air. Massing Air versus Night Elf is cool. because you can really just harass day in and day out. Really pretty easy to do, as long as you're not like super careless. One of the main things to realize about harassing is that like you don't need to kill stuff to have a good harassment. If you can keep it from creeping while you're creeping, it's a good harassment. For instance, undead versus human, if they're harassing with their DK and just keeping the Archmage home while Echoes are creeping, the human's slowly losing an advantage because, you know, the DK is starting to level up. Human's not. There's nothing you can do about it because that DK is harassing. And as long as you get a player smart, you know, there's nothing he's going to get out of it. Nothing that the human player is going to get out of it. He's not going to be able to kill the DK. He's not going to be able to creep without getting his creep stolen and feeding himself some more EXP. So really it's just kind of a lose-lose situation for human, you know, in that situation. And same with this one, with the Orc versus Elf and Mass Air. If he stays home, I'm creeping with my heroes. You know, first I'll start with the little green camps and move up to the easy orange camps and to the bigger orange camps. You know, just creeping at a moderate pace, not trying to risk anything, like I did in an earlier audio where I lost my level 6 Blademaster. But just making sure that I'm getting, you know, a steady advantage, that I'm not losing anything. It works out pretty well. And if he does go to creep, then he's going to lose his building, which is why I got Liquid Fire, because the only way they're going to be able to creep is if they have APs up. Now, in Night Elf vs. Undead, now they have those Gosu APs, which means they're going to, you know, knock out those Gargs with their tracking missiles. There's no way for the Gargs to, you know, disable the APs like bats can. So, you know, I saw that he was getting those APs, and I saw that I was going to need some Liquid Fire to deal with them. So I took to Tier 3, you know, faster than I normally would, and it turned out to let me get, you know, Liquid Fire and the Tiny Great Hall, which led me to pretty much a quicker win than I normally would have gotten, or maybe a win that I wouldn't have gotten normally if I hadn't have done that, because the expansion pulled in a lot of extra money that I got to use to get Tauren later on. And though I had a lot of gold throughout the game, I just didn't want to go into high upkeep and sort of risk that. Risk, you know, losing an army and not being able to remake it very easily because my gold was all gone from being in high upkeep. So just kind of chilling out. In any event, what else to think about this game is remember to detect something besides Wind Riders. I had a game like that a little while ago versus I think it was a Night Elf, yeah, I'm pretty sure, where I did, you know, dual base Jerry Wyvern, but he did a lot better in countering it, really. You know, he started pressing my base, and so I couldn't kill a lot of stuff at his base because he kept about 4 archers home, which was enough because I didn't get Tier 3 very quickly because he didn't get any AP, so I didn't get Tier 3 quickly. And he was sort of pushing back a little bit, and, you know, I wasn't able to harass very effectively, which is a lot of what this strategy relies on. And so what I had to do is I had to hide some Tauren totems, and I never got to get an expansion up, I don't think, but I hit a Tauren totem, and due to the fact that he had Fairy Fire, I also got a Spirit Lodge, and I got Spirit Walkers, and, you know, I got him up to master level, and when he finally made this big army of Dots Archers and Dryads and Hunts and everything to come fight me, I had about 3 Tauren, still some pretty good hero levels, and I just came in flanked with the Wyvern, came in with the Tauren, and just demolished his army, and they all just died to Pulverize. So, you always want to get something besides Wind Riders eventually, because eventually he'll find some way to beat you. And that's usually going to be with Archers, because Hippos just die to Bats, and those are just countered by Tauren. Like, Tauren Wyvern is probably just own it versus Night Elf. As long as you get Spirit Walkers to disenchant, Entangle, Summons, and Fairy Fire, I don't think there's a really easy Night Elf counter to that, because you could Focus Fire Chimes down really easily with Wind Riders or Bats, because of the Bat buff. You can get rid of Archers with Tauren and whatnot, so just remember that D-Boss is a noob. People who ask for shoutouts are even bigger noobs. This is Phreak signing out at half an hour commentary. Goodbye, etc. GG.